Hello boys and girls of grade 5. I am teacher Melinda Hughes, and today I am here to do questions and answers with you for grade 5 social studies. These questions are multiple choice, so it simply means that the answers will be provided for the questions. Of course, boys and girls, only one answer is correct, so this is what you will do for me. You will get your social studies quiz exercise book if you already have one. If you don't, I want to encourage you to get an exercise book, paper it neatly, like if you are in school, and label it Social Studies Quiz for grade 5, so that whenever it's question and answers time, you will have that book and you will be able to look over and see how you have been progressing. So for this section, we will do 15 multiple choice questions. And the answers will be right there in front of you. So all you need to do is number 1 to 15 on a clean page. You can also write the date, so that when you look over, you can say, oh, on this date, I got 15 out of 15 for multiple choice. Or I needed to do a little better. So it will encourage you to continue reading and prepare for more questions and answers. So let's get going. Question 1. Choose the group of leaders that is political. So there are answers at A, B, C, and D. Remember, you are only writing the letter near to the number. Of course, if you are quick enough and you want to write out the words that are at the particular answer you choose, go right ahead. Question 2. Which national award can officers of the police force receive? Which national award can officers of the police force receive? There are answers at A, B, C, and D. Of course, you are only writing one letter because each question only has one correct answer. Question 3. The national flag, coat of arms, and national anthem were first used on A, B, C, or D. Question 4. Which of the following relate to Venezuela? Which of the following relate to Venezuela? A, B, C, or D? Question 5. Which of these resources are found in Guyana's highland region? Which of these resources are found in Guyana's highland region? Resource at Roman numeral 1, 2, 3, and Roman numeral 4. The answers are at A, B, C, and D. Choose either A, B, C, or D for question 5. Question 6. Which of the following health conditions is an effect of noise pollution? Which of the following health conditions is an effect of noise pollution? A, B, C, or D? Question 7. The person who heads the RDC, Regional Democratic Council in Guyana, is the A, B, C, or D? Choose your answer. Remember, as you write the number in the margin, you write the letter that has the correct answer that you want to choose. Question 8. Which of the following is acceptable behavior for leaders in the community? Which of the following is acceptable behavior for leaders in the community? A, B, C, or D? Next, we have some pictures. So let us see what they relate to. Study the pictures of instruments below and then answer questions 9 and 10. So questions 9 and 10 are based on these pictures. Study them carefully because you have to use them to answer questions 9 and 10. Question 9. The instruments displayed above are used to measure A, B, C, or D? And question 10. A group of pupils were asked to make an instrument to measure wind speed. Which picture shows an instrument they can make? A, B, C, or D? Question 11. Which of the following activities demonstrates care for the physical environment? Which of the following activities demonstrates care for the physical environment? A, B, C, or D? Write the letter that you think has the correct answer for question 11. Question 12. Study the information below and then answer question 12. The information reads, Pat does not feed her rabbits regularly. One is now sick and the other roams the neighborhood. The information suggests that Pat something her rabbits. The information suggests that Pat something her rabbits. A, B, C, or D? Write the letter next to number 12 that you think has the correct answer. Question 13. Which of the following changes happened when Guyana became an independent nation? Which of the following changes happened when Guyana became an independent nation? A, B, C, or D? Question 14. Which of the following monuments is associated with soldiers who died in World Wars I and II? Which of the following monuments is associated with soldiers who died in World Wars I and II? A, B, C, and D? Choose the letter that is near to the answer that you think is correct. And so question 15, which is our final question for this segment. Children can become healthier if they A, B, C, or D? Write the letter that is near to the answer that you think is correct. So now it's time for your reward. We will mark the questions together and then you will give yourself your score out of 15. Remember, boys and girls, honesty is the best policy. So no one should be changing answers when it is given or striking off. You should mark just what you have written. And I would encourage you at the end when you are finished. If you did not get all correct, please don't think it's the end of the world. You can read on some more and you will do better next time. So let's mark these. Question 1. Choose the group of leaders that is political. A. Farmers, policemen, bakers. B. Priests, postmen, firemen. C. Policemen, postmen, firemen. D. Mayor, prime minister, regional chairman. The answer is D. Choose the group of leaders that is political. D. Mayor, prime minister, and regional chairman. These are all political leaders. Number 2. Which national award can officers of the police force receive? A. Military Service Star. B. Order of Service. C. Disciplined Services Medal. Or D. Order of Excellence. The answer is C. Disciplined Service Medal. Yes, boys and girls, police officers and fire officers or prison officers can receive disciplined service medals. The other national awards are related to other categories. For example, the one at A, Military Service Star, is given to members of the Guyana Defense Force. Order of Service comes in 3 grades and are given to specific servants, public servants or workers. And D, Order of Excellence, is the second highest national award, and that award is given to Guyanese or individuals who give outstanding service to this country. The national flag, coat of arms, and the national anthem were first used on A. February 23, 1970, B. August 1, 1838, C. May 26, 1966, or D. June 16, 1948. The answer is C. May 26, 1966. That's the date when Guyana gained its independence from Great Britain. Of course, the other dates are significant in Guyana's history, and I trust, boys and girls, that you are familiar with the event or that aspect of Guyana's history that is connected to those dates. Question 4. Which of the following relate to Venezuela? A. Buenos Aires, wheat, Spanish. B. Paramaribo, alumina, Dutch. C. Cayenne, bauxite, French. D. Caracas, petroleum, and Spanish. The answer is D. Caracas, petroleum, and Spanish relate to Venezuela. Of course, that answer shows us that Caracas is the capital of Venezuela, petroleum is one of the resources that is found there, and Spanish is the original or official language that is spoken in Venezuela. The other information relates to other countries that belong to the continent of South America. Specifically, A refers to Argentina, B, Suriname, and C refers to French Guyana. So, boys and girls, I trust that you have that information correct. Number 5. Which of these resources are found in Guyana's highland region? Roman numeral 1, sand. Roman numeral 2, forest. Roman numeral 3, diamond. And Roman numeral 4, bauxite. A has 1 only, which is sand. B, 2 only, which is forest. C, 2 and 3, which refer to forest and diamond. And D, 3 and 4, which refer to diamond and bauxite. The answer is C, forest and diamond. These are 2 of the main resources that are found in Guyana's highland region. Question 6. Which of the following health conditions is an effect of noise pollution? A, asthma. B, deafness. C, diarrhea. And D, bronchitis. The answer is B, deafness. Deafness is one of the health conditions that is related to noise pollution. asthma, diarrhea, and bronchitis do not refer to noise pollution. Asthma and bronchitis are conditions that are affected by air pollution. Diarrhea is one that is affected by water pollution. Number 7. The person who heads the RDC, Regional Democratic Council in Guyana, is the A. Regional Chairman, B. Mayor, C. Tushao, or D. Regional Executive Officer. The answer to question 7 is A. Regional Chairman. The Regional Chairman is the leader who is responsible for and heads the Regional Democratic Council. The Mayor is the head of a town. Tushao is the head of an Amerindian village, or captain for another word. And the Regional Executive Officer is one of the officers who functions within the Regional Democratic Council. Question 8. Which of the following is acceptable behavior for leaders in the community? A. Making decisions and giving guidance to the community. B. Making decisions to satisfy only some persons in the community. C. Giving guidance to one section of the community and ignoring others. And D. Providing resources for some members of the community. The answer is A. Making decisions and giving guidance to the community. This is an acceptable behavior that leaders in communities are expected to carry out. All the others are not good behaviors or good qualities of leaders. So if you have B, C, or D, that just isn't correct. Study the pictures of the instruments below, then answer questions 9 and 10. Of course, these are all weather instruments. So the instruments displayed above are used to measure A, height, B, climate, C, weather, and D, distance. Yes, I would have hinted the answer earlier. The answer is C, weather. Each of these instruments, the one at 1, 2, 3, and 4, measure different aspects of weather. A group of pupils were asked to make an instrument to measure wind speed. Which picture shows an instrument they can make? So A has 1, B has 2, C has 3, and D has 4. Looking at the pictures, the answer is at C, 3. The instrument or the picture that pupils can look at to make an instrument that measures wind speed is the instrument at 3. That is the anemometer. The other instruments, boys and girls, measure different aspects of weather. The one at 1 is a thermometer that measures temperature. The one at 2 can sometimes be confused with the hygrometer or barometer. Either or, but this one is the hygrometer. The one at 4 is the rain gauge. So boys and girls, these instruments have their different uses and they are used to measure different aspects of weather. Question 11. Which of the following activities demonstrates care for the physical environment? A. Dumping rubbish at street corners. B. Sitting on rails of bridges. C. Planting flowers. And D. Swimming in restricted areas. The answer to question 11 is C. Planting flowers. Which of the following activities demonstrates care for the physical environment? That is planting flowers. Of course, boys and girls, the others, dumping rubbish at street corners, is not a way of showing care for the environment. Sitting on rails of bridges can lead to damage, and swimming in restricted areas will definitely interfere with the aquatic life, whether plant or animals that are being protected in that particular area that is restricted. So to do any of those at A, B, or D just does not demonstrate care for the physical environment. Study the information below and then answer question 12. Pat does not feed her rabbits regularly. One is now sick and the other roams the neighborhood. The information suggests that Pat something her rabbits. A. Cares for her rabbits. B. Protects her rabbits. C. Provides for her rabbits. And D. Neglects her rabbits. The answer is D. The information suggests that Pat neglects her rabbits. Of course, boys and girls, if someone has pets, one of the things to do is to ensure that that pet is fed regularly. So to not feed your pet means it will either get sick or, like the rabbit does, the other one roams the neighborhood looking for food. And then what can happen? That animal can end up in danger because other animals can attack it, or boys and girls, or someone may pelt at it, or the animal whilst roaming can be hit by a vehicle and then it dies. The one that is sick too, sooner or later, may very well die. So animals must be taken care of in a proper manner. Do not neglect them. Question 13. Which of the following changes happened when Guyana became an independent nation? A. The governor became the president. B. The Africans changed British Guyana to Guyana. C. Oh Beautiful Guyana was accepted as a national symbol. And D. The Union Jack was replaced by the golden arrowhead. The answer is D. The Union Jack was replaced by the golden arrowhead. Of course, boys and girls, that were introduced into Guyana when it became an independent nation. Of course, the Africans did not change British Guyana to Guyana. It were the Amerindians who gave it that name, Guyana. Then, Oh Beautiful Guyana was not accepted as a national symbol. Oh Beautiful Guyana is one of our national songs. And the governor just did not become the president. Guyana gained its first prime minister, then president, and we had our own governor after we gained independence. Which of the following monuments is associated with soldiers who died in World Wars I and II? A. 1763. B. Enmore Martyrs Monument. C. The Cenotaph. And D. Damon's Statue. The answer is C. The Cenotaph. The cenotaph was erected as a memorial for soldiers who died in World Wars I and II. The other monuments, boys and girls, are related to other aspects of Guyana's history. And I am sure, yes, boys and girls, you are familiar with these monuments. And you know what? Just in case you cannot remember, I will leave you to do some research, because it is good when you can research and learn information by yourself because you remember it better. Question 15. Children can become healthier if they A. Drink a lot of soda. B. Eat fries and burger. C. Exercise regularly. And D. Eat a lot of sweets. The answer is C. Exercise regularly. Of course, boys and girls, some children really believe that when they drink a lot of soda and they eat fries and burger and they eat a lot of sweets, yes, that may add to the energy level, and they think that, oh yes, I am healthy, but that just does not add to health. We refer to those soda, fries, burger, and lots of sweet as junk food. And so junk really is not good for our health. So the better thing to do is to exercise regularly. So boys and girls, we have come to the end of our marking, and I am sure that you have maintained honesty. So for those of you who have gotten all correct, oh yes, give yourself that excellent mark, 15 out of 15. If you have gotten one wrong, you have performed well too. If perchance you gained 1 or 2, which I hope you haven't, but you have gotten more than 10 correct, then you have done well. If you did not score 9, or you are at 9 or 8 or 7, I want to encourage you. Cheer up. Read on, and you will do better next time. So until then, boys and girls, keep on reading and have fun.